in this. For saints of hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy Palmer's kiss. It's like I have this whole imaginary world in my head where I can see exactly who I want to be and what I want to say and how I want things to go, but in real life, I just freeze up because I'm so afraid I'll...
You'll what?
I don't know. Look stupid?
Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the ability to act in spite of it. So be courageous tonight. Take a risk. The worst that could happen is that you look stupid. But the best that could happen is magic.
Awesome.
All right, so you introduce yourself.
Oh, I start. Okay. Hi, I am Maren Lavelle, and I'm the director of Wendy.
And I'm Matt Steiner. I'm the writer of Wendy, and I also play Mr. Hansen. And here are our answers to Tinsel and Tine's 5 questions for indie filmmakers. Question number 1. In a nutshell, what was the main inspiration for your film and or the theme that is at the heart of your film? The main inspiration is real life. I'm an educator in real life, and I also grew up in the late 80s, early 90s, and as a straight, white, cisgendered male, there were all these movies that kind of told me that I deserved love if I was courageous enough to go for it. And so I wanted to write a film for my students who are a part of the queer community that told them too that they deserve love if they were only courageous enough to go after it. Question number 2. Tell us a bit about the music. Who did you work with? What did you want to convey? Or any other tidbits?
Our composer on this film is Lily Rebecca McDonough. She's amazing. We've worked with her before. She is a one-woman band, making all of the sounds, playing all these different instruments to compose the music, and she composed it for this film. I'd say the song that was most fun to work with her is the theater game montage song. It's like a "Hey Mickey, you're so fine" kind of vibe is what we were going for. We wanted it to feel, really upbeat, but also like something that these students would be listening to, on their phones around school. So something that was in their world, but that gave us that kind of poppy, upbeat, hopeful message for Wendy as she's trying to approach her crush.
And I would just add that I really think the music in this film really adds to the emotionality. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Especially like the climax of the film. We don't want to spoil anything, but the climax of the film, I think the music really adds to this over-the-top, in-your-face, unabashedly romantic love in the film.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. Was there a point where you almost didn't finish your film? And if so, what pushed you forward?
So with Wendy, we actually had this film on the back burner for a long time. We were going to produce it before COVID, and then COVID happened, and we had to put that project that it was a part of, which was a web series, to rest. So we made some other films, and it just kind of sat in our file cabinet in the back of our brain until Matt was talking about wanting to play a role like Mr. Hansen, which he plays in the film. And it occurred to me that we could have the opportunity to return to my alma mater, Cab Calloway School of the Arts, which is in Wilmington, Delaware, where I had graduated high school 10 years prior. I thought, what if we go back and we utilize their students and their facilities? And so that's what we did. And that is what pushed the film forward. We were able to connect with the 8th grade theater teacher there and do a casting workshop with their students. We cast from their 8th grade theater class, and we filmed with those students in those hallways that 10 years prior I had been walking myself and dreaming of what kind of art I was going to create. So it was a really full circle moment, and we're so grateful to Cab Calloway School of the Arts for being that environment that we could make this film in.
All right, question number 4. Give a quick shout out to your creative team and anyone who helped you get your film from an idea to FirstGlance Film Festival. We got to give a big shout out to Solange Tran. Let's take that again. We got to give a big shout out to Solange Tran, our cinematographer, who, man, was just like ready to do anything at any moment for the shot. She was so wonderful, great with the kids.
She was so physical, really just kind of getting down low, trying to get the audience within that mindset of what the students were experiencing. We have a fantastic editor, Jessica Green, who we've worked with on several films, so she really helped us craft this film into the sweet piece that it is. Our entire cast, all of the students that we worked with were so amazing. These are real 14-year-old 8th grade theater majors who were on their first film set. This is the first time that they were practicing film, and it was their first time performing in person with each other that year. Because of COVID, they had a pretty much virtual school year. So it was a big feat for them to be a part of this, and they really helped us pull it off. And yeah, our entire crew and post team was really amazing and integral in getting this film to where it is.
I'd also give a shout out to Brian Touchette, the technical director of the theater at Cap Calloway School of the Arts, who gave us the run of the theater, which was, as you'll see when you watch the film, is just such a large part of this film, and we couldn't have done it without his help. Okay, last one, and I think the hardest one. Name 5 favorite films which influenced your desire to be a filmmaker. I don't know your answers to this.
This is, I love this question. So I grew up watching movies with my dad when I was there on the weekends. We would just stay up late and watch movies like Lawrence of Arabia, Ben-Hur, Singing in the Rain, The Sound of Music, Forrest Gump. So a lot of those kind of classic movies really did influence my taste as a filmmaker early on.
I would say I'm going to gear my answer a little bit more towards this film and talk about like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Saved by the Bell is a series, but I'll say that too. And films like that had young people in school, going after love, pursuing romance. I would say that kind of influenced me as a writer on this film. All right, I think that's it.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.
Can't wait to see you at First Glance Film Festival.
Bye.